Hey guys, it's KrunderKat. Apologize for my hair. I'm growing the side out and it's in the weird awkward phase, so we're dealing with it. Here is my book haul. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I carried a lot of books in here to review them for this. So, for 2025, my goal was to read my reading stack to be as tall as me. I was a foot and 3 inches off. I was literally 4 feet tall. It was my stack. I'm a little mad, a little impressed that it's exactly at 4 feet. I didn't get a picture of it before I took it down, and I'm not putting it back up. No. Anyway, so I got to 4 feet. I'm 5'3", so a foot and 3 inches. I was close. My next semi-second challenge for 2025 was, again, to finish more series that I have, because I've started a lot of series, like spreading myself wide, and have not finished a single one. So, working on that. Not so much done on that one. That one kind of, no, didn't do much on that one. So, in total, I read 32 books and 28 graphic novels / manga. Total of 50 books. Yep, I got close. There's a couple of series I have one book left, but the series kind of, reading them is kind of drags. Basically, is the best way to describe it. It just drags, and I have to put them off, and otherwise I won't like reading. So, starting with the manga, I'm up to date on Black Butler. I'm also really bad with my manga of just spreading myself wide and reading whatever, and having quite a few things not completed. So I'm trying to work better on that. Black Butler was one of them. I think when I started trying to reel myself in and be more focused, I think I was on volume 6. This is volume 34. And came out last year. So, I am up to date on Black Butler. That's a win. I finished reading The Record of a Fallen Vampire. This was one of those that I was interested in and bought like the first volume, and then proceeded to spread myself wide. Yeah. I did had to search for some of these. I did have to go on eBay because it's kind of out of print. So I went to eBay. I got the complete set. Finished it. Not sure how I liked the ending. It's a good series. It kept me guessing. I was like, every twist was like, what? But it's just one of those endings like, did we have to end that way? So, this was 9 volumes. So it was not as long, but it was still part of not being completed. But it's completed. Yay. So there's that. Since I am current on Black Butler, which is a current manga still ongoing, I wanted to get current on other things, on other ongoing manga. So I'm current on Titan's Bride. This was the safest cover I could show you guys. If you know, you know. It is an adult, very adult book. So I am current, up to date. Go me. V for victory. On that. I completed another series that I had, again, started when I was younger. and just got pushed to the back burner. Again, out of print. Something on my shirt, sorry. It's again out of print, so again, I had to go searching for some volumes. This one, I am more unhappy with the ending. I don't like how it ended. That is Black Cat. 20 volumes. I spent a pretty penny on this last one just to get it. And I don't know how I like the ending on this one. With Vampire, with Record of a Falling Vampire, that one I don't know, it was less. So it wasn't, I guess, as much build up with everything going on. But I don't know how to feel about this one. It also got a little weird. Not that Record of Vampire didn't get weird, it got a little weird. Apparently, vampires are from the moon. That one's threw me off, but this one, it got weird. Not as weird as some. I know there are weirder, but it got a little pulling on some straws, bro. But it is finished. I completed it. Debating on how I feel about it still. Another one that I am trying to get current on. This one's actually I think a manga? An online comic that's been printed. And that is Daughter of the Emperor. I think I'll have to look. I think I'm like 3 novels behind of what's actually out from what I've seen. So I have to do more research on that one. Working on it. I was reading Fire Force to get current to where we are in the anime, and I'm somewhat there. I've seen part 1 of season 3, and then I kind of was like, okay, well, I'm kind of caught up. I don't want to get spoiled. But upon hearing on how they're going to do the last part of the season, where they're going to shove the last, 80 chapters into, 6 or 10 episodes, I'm debating on just finishing out the manga, just because I feel like they will cut some stuff out. Just for that reason. They're going to shove everything in, I think it was 80 to 100 chapters in the last episode for the speed last season. I'm like, I don't like that. Let's not. But I think I will continue getting caught up on Fire Force. This is not the novel I left on. I think I'm left on 22. So, Fire Force, getting current on it. I know it's completed, which is why I also kind of picked it, because it's completed. I don't have to worry about it once I'm finished with it, type thing. Another one I've started, I've seen the anime, and I heard that the anime had filler in it, so I wanted to see where we were in the manga, and that's the Apothecary Diaries. So far, I've had no filler. I think I'm on volume 6. This is volume 1. But again, one of those, I decided it would be current. I know, I'm spreading myself out. I'm going to reel it in, okay? I'm going to reel it in. Okay, Fire Force is the one that's completed, that I can get all of them and be done with it. I don't have to worry about Titan's Pride, because the next volume doesn't come out for another month. I don't even know when the next volume for Black Butler come out, since that one recently just came out, and I think we've been waiting for a year on it. So, don't judge me. I can't help myself, okay? I just can't. Moving on. Those were the series of manga. So I read 25, I said? Let me look at my notes here. 28. I read 28 volumes. Yeah. I'm on volume 23 of Fire Force. Actually, that's the one I finished this year. So, Fire Force, Black Cat, Daughter of the Emperor, Record of a Fallen Vampire, Titan's Bride, Apothecary Diaries, and Black Butler. And 2 of those we're completed. So, we're good. We're good. Calm down. On to the books. Start with this one. This is the sequel to Bride of the Shadow King. This is Vow of the Shadow King. This is a trilogy. There's a third one. A lot happens, but then a lot doesn't happen. Basically, how I describe this book. A lot happened. Nothing got done. And I don't know. I love the first one. It's different. I don't know how to feel about this one. And it's kind of pushed me off from reading the last one. I will get myself to get it. So, because it's completed, done. There's only 3. But, best way to describe it is a lot happens in this book. Not a lot of shit gets done. You know, a lot happens but nothing happens type thing. Yeah, that best way to describe it. I have stacks. This was a series that I started, again, when I was younger, and I'm like, okay, let me try to... It's one of those I picked to try to get done, and that is Pendragon. So, like the first one, second one hit hard. This is the third one. I think there's 9, maybe 10 for the series. I'll have to look. But this one kind of also, because the character, you know, when the character is stupid. Yeah. So, but that character left at the end. Hopefully it'll be better next time. I do have, like, I think the first 7. I know I'm missing some. I'll have to work on it, get them. But, good read. It is young adult. Do recommend it. Not one of my favorites this year that I've read, but it is good. I did call it, though. Like, I knew. I don't know how to explain it without giving away the book. So, talk about this one. This was a TikTok one that I was like, yes, because it's like, the energy of Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet type thing. I'm like, I love that movie. I love Jim Hawkins. Let me read this book. I will admit, I was not in the right headspace for this book. I will say that. I just wasn't... I finished it. I didn't DNF it. It kind of dragged. But I did finish it. It's good. It is The Cities of Smoke and Starlight. Gate Chronicles Book 1 by Ali Ernest. It's different. He's got that Jim Hawkins energy. He's got it. It's hard when you read, for me at least, it's hard when you read a book that deals in another realm, like another planet type thing, and trying to keep the history and how the government works type thing. It's just hard for me when it's not something I'm used to. So the government's built a little differently. It's not bad. Not bad. Not terrible. I do plan to get the other 2 books. It's a trilogy. I do plan to. Again, I was not in the right head space for it. It's good. I will recommend it to my friend. She was also interested in it. And then I told her, I was just not in the right headspace. It's good. It's just wasn't the right mind for it. I do plan to get the other 2. Like I said, the world building, it's different from what you're used to, so it's kind of hard to keep track of things, especially when you're dealing with a world you're not used to. And then they talk about an ancient civilization that was not part of Earth. So it's like, I don't know, maybe if I had someone else read it, and then we could ask back questions, maybe I get it better. But I do recommend it. Do this one. This was another TikTok one. I try to get some TikTok ones to try to help us out. I don't know how to feel about it. And this is Carnival Monster. I don't know how to feel about it. It's a dark romance. I wouldn't say it's not as terrible. I didn't like Haunting Adeline. I would say this is above it. I still don't know how to feel about it. It's very short. It's 235 pages. But I don't look short. Maybe it's just the way it's packaged. I still one of those I'm wrapping my hands around type thing. Yeah. Read your own. Read your own. There's a couple series in here. Let me get those. And then this one. This is not the complete series. These book 3 and 4, and then a novella, and it's the Pucking Wrong series. I've read the first two. This one was mixed feelings for me. Age difference, little on that one. Otherwise good. There's a fifth one, the Pucking Wrong Rookie. I do have that. It's on the list to be read, but it's newer series, so I don't want to finish it when I have so many other series I've started and haven't finished. But I do recommend them. This is the novella. And I think this deals with Lincoln and his girl. There might be a couple chapters with Blake and Ari, but it's cute. But yeah. This one hit a little hard. Just with the notification. Just with what the main character goes through. That was a little, But otherwise, they're good. I did like how the Pucking Wrong Man ended. I approve of that. But other than that, it is what it is. It's another TikTok one. Looking for love in all the haunted places. This was different. This was completely different from anything I've read. The good side of paranormal, basically. Like, there kind of is an evil presence in one location, but otherwise, they don't mean harm. It's different. It's different. The House of Cential, that was different. Her ability, that was different. It's good. Very, just one of those different, you're like, huh. Okay. That's good. as we all know, I feel hard for the Ice Barbarian Planet series. Still falling hard. I keep, like, checking updates for when the next special editions come out. Technically, all the books have been printed. They're all out. I can get them. But I want these editions. It's probably the only series that I've actually been like, I want this edition. I'm not buying any other edition. When all the others, I'm like, oh, I'll buy what I can find. No, I want this edition. I want this edition. So, take that as you will. Let's get... I didn't sort these very well. The Ruinous Love Trilogy, so Leather and Lark, Scythe and Sparrow. If you know, you know. Did read some comments of people taking this too literally. They're like, I just can't take it really serious. I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to. It's in the, you know, opening page. This is a dark romantic comedy. So I see it kind of like Little Shop of Horrors. It's a rom-com, just dark. Dark humor. It's a rom-com with dark humor. So, if you don't like it, that's fine. I get a little species edition on that one. But yeah, I don't know if I particularly have one that I liked better. There are some disturbing things. She does throw some random stuff out there. Like, if you know, you know. But yes, I love this series. It is a series I've completed. So, that is on the completed list. I think she might be coming out with another series. I'm not sure. I'll have to relook. We're getting there. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay. So, last year I read Bittersweet Memories by Catharina Maura. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm terribly sorry. The Wrong Bride and The Temporary Wife. These are... What part series are these for? I know she has like a list. Is it? Yes, oh my god. I think this is the Windsors. The Windsors? Windsors? Anyway. This deals with a character from Bittersweet Memories. One of the characters from there is in this book. It's not part of the series. This is their own series because it starts with this one and goes with the rest of the family because they really are brothers. Because they are. You know, one of those. Oh, brother, you know, family billionaires, all brothers, all fine wives. That's what it is. But, I did like it. The Bittersweet Memories has a preview, kind of epilogue type to what happens here. So, I do have, I think there's 2 more. I think there's 2 more, and I have both. At least I know I have 1 more. Do recommend. I actually like her, so I'm practically reading anything she comes out with. Get this one. It's another series I completed. Yeah, okay. So I read the 3rd one last year, and it's Not Your Witch's Cauldron. Yeah. So these are the 2. Not the Witch You Wed, and Not Your Ex's Hexes. This is the single supernatural series, the trilogy. Deals with triplet sisters. Each one's about one of the triplets. It's different. It's more modern magic. I like that type thing. So it's more modern supernatural, what if there was magic and stuff in the world today type thing. So, series completed. And I'm another TikTok one. Angelica Frankenstein makes her match. Different. Not as much spice. There's not as much spice in a few of these. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention those. But there's not really much spice in this. Yes, Angelica is related to Victor Frankenstein, who creates the Frankenstein monster. Her brother. That's a different twist. Instead of him having a brother, he has a sister. And they have red hair. The one thing I will say is I did see Del Toro's Frankenstein before reading this. So as I'm reading this, all I can picture Frankenstein is Oscar, the actor who played Frankenstein. I can only picture him. But it's weird because hold on. Yeah, Oscar Isaac. It's weird because they have red hair. I just don't picture him with the red hair. I just picture him. Like, they talk about, oh, they're striking red hair, their resemblance, you know how they're siblings, because they both have the red hair. I don't picture her brother with red hair. I picture Oscar, as he was in the movie. But that's it. And I keep having to remind myself, oh yeah, they must have red hair, it's not Oscar. But, that's all I've seen. Very good movie. I'd actually never seen a proper Frankenstein movie? Let me rephrase that. I've never seen a proper, actual, based on Frankenstein. I've seen Young Frankenstein. Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein. But otherwise, there's, like, Van Helsing. I've never seen the original. I do have it to get to see. I got, like, the whole complete original monster movies to watch them, just to see them, because I've never have. But I haven't yet to watch them. So that was, like, my first actual, like, telling of Frankenstein I was watching. And I was like, oh, this is pretty good. But it's different. Kept you guessing. I'll give you that. Like, trying to figure out the man's identity, and okay. Yeah. He is arrogant. The brother, Victor, is arrogant. He's not as cruel, though. So, there is that. He's not technically cruel. He does technically lose his creation, but he searches for him. He actually is like, no, I need to search for him. I need to find him. I feel terrible that he's lost. He's a somewhat decent person. He's very arrogant, though. Which throws off, because he's like, oh yes, I'm so brilliant. But don't push yourself too hard. Relax. Yep. It's different. I recommend. This is another series that I don't think it was a TikTok, but it's Stay for a Spell. This is book 3 and 4. Witches get stitches, and always practice safe hex. I do love the word puns. But this is a very good series. I've stayed 4. There's 6 books. Yeah, I think there's 6 books, because there's 6 sisters, and each one's a different sister. Again, modern, supernatural. But kind of like cottagecore supernatural. If you get what I mean, I'm very bad at explaining things, okay? I'm sorry. It's not like Anita Blake, if you read those books. So, again, very good series. It's spice. There's spice. Not enough storage. Go shut up! Try to do something here. Anyway, do you recommend? Fracture Freedom by Shane Rose. I read the Between Commitment and Betrayal. That's a whole quadrilogy, 4 books. Technically a prequel series, because this deals with the 2 sisters of the family who are technically married in that series. So, you don't have to read them in order. Kind of with the brothers. I mean, if you don't want to get spoiled on... I mean, they end up together, so you mean you know that. Anyway, you don't have to read them in order, but this is a prequel. Because in between Betrayal and Commitment, the 2 younger sisters are already married. This is where one of those sisters get married. There's a third one for the other sister, and then there's a third book who I haven't figured out who it is yet. I think it's a brother of the family of this series. Because this is the Tarnished Empire series, and then the Hardy Brothers, the Hardy Billionaires is the other series of Between such and such and such and such. That's literally how most of the titles are for that series. It's between Betrayal and Denial, or between Commitment and Betrayal, between Love and Loathing, between Never and Forever, and between Denial and Desire. Which, yeah. So, there's that. My friend recommended this one. She goes, you have to read it. You'll love it. She was not wrong. Lights out. I love this. I prefer this over Haunting Adeline. This was done properly. Over Haunting Adeline. There are 2 books. There's Game On, and I think there's a third one coming out. Is there Game On? There's so many books, guys. It's hard. The life is hard. Caught Up. I think Game On's the third one, actually. So, I do eventually plan to get those, but I gotta get other series completed first, okay? This one was different. And I let my friend borrow it before I read it, because she was like, I want to read something. I want to read something different. I was like, I have this. Give it a try. She goes, okay. I went farther down monster smut, okay? Lady in the Work. Finley Finn. And her description when I got it back from her, I was like, how'd you like it? She goes, different. I've never read something like that. It's different than what I've read. I'm like, there's a whole series. Would you be interested if I got the second one? She goes, let me know. I meant, it's a bit different. Again, I'm still exploring the monster smut. I've only read 4 books from that series. Or from that genre. I liked it. I know a lot of people had trouble with an ending. Part of the ending. Not me. I understood. But things do happen. So, Lady in the Work, there's a whole series. There's like 9 books of orcs. Like, again, that's gonna keep me busy for a while. And my friend's like, let me know when you get the next one. So, take that as you will. And considering that's the friend who liked Haunting Adeline, and I gave my copy to. I would say these are probably my top favorite for this year. I love these. I love these. Phantasma, Entrantra. Yes. I want more of these. There's a third one. I'm already, like, scoping on when it's coming out. I like them. I love them. Yes. I'm trying to explain how good it is to get you to read it. But at the same time, how do I explain without giving away too much? Yes. Like, the men. I kind of wish, like, maybe she could do more with his siblings. Idea. Throw it out there. Please. It's only supposed to be a trilogy, as far as I know. I hope there's more. I highly recommend. I cannot recommend it enough. I searched for Phantasma, because I'm like, I want to read this one. That's what I really want to read. I want to read this. Searched for it. Was, like, searching Barnes & Noble, like, the store has it, where is it, type thing. And as soon as Entrantra came out, it was mine. So, I cannot explain. I went down the monster smut realm. This will keep. This deals with Dustwalkers. I like this series. I think there's also 9 books. It's always 9. But there's more. I do plan to get them. Unfortunately, it's one of those that I'm probably going to have to order online, or at least through a store online, because I've searched Barnes & Noble for this every time. And I feel like it's such one of those indie niche things that the local stores won't have it, which makes me mad, because I've seen a photo, and we've all seen this photo, mostly all of us, I hope, but you've seen the photo of kind of basically the Hear Me Out section at Barnes & Noble. Like, someone actually made an end cap of Hear Me Out, and it's monster smut. Half of those books, more than half of those books, my Barnes & Noble don't carry. Neither of my Barnes & Noble carry. Neither of the two near me carry them. So, I highly recommend. Again, it is different, but it's good. I loved it. I liked the world building. I liked Orpheus. And then I like, Rhea? R-E-I-A? I don't know. Maybe that's how it's pronounced. Ray? Very homey. There's homey parts. Yes, there's more. I do plan to get them. I don't know how else to describe it. It didn't end the way I thought it would. They get together. But how they stay together is what... It's like... Huh. Okay. Different. I don't want to... It's a spoiler. Because, yeah. It's different. I didn't expect it to be that way. Anyway, that's my top. That's most of the books I've read. Okay, there was like 5 of them I didn't show. And, there's a reason why. It's not that I didn't like them, it's just that 3 of them were the Harry Potter books. I have not completed that series. I'm trying to finish it. I've owned the books forever. I never read them. So I'm bringing them, because there are stuff you miss from the movie, and then I've heard some talks about some things of the book, so I'm, like, trying to read them to get perspective. Another ones are Goosebumps. I didn't read them as a kid. I did not read as a kid. So again, I'm reading those. I'm buying them secondhand, reading them to, learn some things. I did learn something. Apparently in The Night of the Living Dummy, Slappy is not the antagonist. It's Mr. Wood. So I guess I'm going to read The Night of the Living Dummy 2 and 3 to wonder if Slappy's the main antagonist in them. Because he's not in the first Night of the Living Dummy. I was expected it, because I've seen the Goosebumps movie of it. Not the newer movies, but when they were making them back in the 90s and early 2000s, the movies they were making off the books then. I've seen that one, and it was Slappy. And that was a twist for me in the book. It's like, it's not Slappy? Ha! Anyway, but yeah, those are the ones I'm not showing. So I'm going to do the challenge. I'm repeating the challenge. I'm going to get to 5-3. The stack will get that high. I was close. I was close. I'll get there. While still trying to complete some collections. I have one Harry Potter book left. And I have one His Dark Materials left. But they're thick. And they're kind of slog to get through. Like, I'm not gonna lie, The Order of the Phoenix, dealing with Umbridge mostly, just Umbridge. I was like, after that, I need a break from that one, so I still have the last one left, which is gonna be the worst, emotionally wise. But with His Dark Materials, that's the Golden Compass, the Subtle Knife, and the Amber Spyglass. Subtle Knife was a slog for me to read. So that kind of put me off reading the third one, and the last one I need to read. But, yes, I'm going to try to read to my height. I know I can do it. I get so close every year, I know I can do it. Anyway, that's the challenge. I'm repeating 2025 because I'm so close. I'm so close. So close. Ugh. But yes. Let me know your favorite reads for 2025. Any suggestions you want, I'm all for it. Complete reading lists down below of what manga volumes I read. Because I think I only had 2 left for Black Cat this year, so I read those 2. I read most of them the year before. But there's that. And then you can see which Goosebumps I have read. I'm trying to collect them all. I'm buying them all secondhand. I think I got about half of the original series. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, discussions, recommendations, challenges you got. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.